I'm State Representative Justin Simmons of the 131st District, and welcome to my legislative report. In today's legislative report, I am at Oliver Shakewell's Bar and Grill in South Allentown, and joining me today is the owner of Oliver Shakewell's, Joe Beck. Joe, how you doing?
Good.
Good,
it's good to have you here today.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Joe. Joe, I just want to ask some questions about business in general, and me being a state representative. First question I have for you is, how do state liquor laws affect you?
The state liquor laws affect me greatly in many different ways. Some good, some bad. I do believe that there has to be a strong law in effect, to a certain extent. We have to make sure that people underage aren't getting served and people aren't being over intoxicated. And some of the rules are a little outdated, and they should be eliminated. They have rules from when they started that are just not necessary. And I also think that I was given a book 10 years ago when I bought the place, and the book hasn't ever been updated or resent to me. I still have that same book, and it's not spelled out that clearly. It's a little confusing. I think that they should redo the book. I also think that would help out a lot of licensees, and with the PLCB, I have no choice but to buy from the PLCB. So they control everything, and they set the price, and I have to live with it, and I can't shop around. So pretty much, the liquor laws affect me greatly. It's something that I can't sleep good at night.
Sure.
Worrying about something going wrong.
Sure.
I think that a little bit of responsibility should be put on the person. I mean, not all. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we're straight. We're not drinking. We should cut people off. But if the person has no responsibilities at all, I find that to be a little unrealistic.
Sure.
So it's hard to catch somebody. If they're drinking really fast, we don't catch it right away. They get to go to the bathroom, all of a sudden they're done. So it is tough. But we abide by all the rules, and it's important to have the rules.
Sure. What measures do you specifically take to ensure enforcement of some of those laws?
Well, we take it real seriously. Like I said, we send all our employees to RAM class training. We also have house rules to maintain a family atmosphere, because we do sell 70% food. So, it's basically families in here, so we don't want anything too rowdy going on. Our crowd generally tends to be, 30 and up at the bar and at the restaurant. And we card anyone that looks like they're under 30. If you don't have one of our 4 acceptable IDs, you will not be served. It's cut and dry. If you don't have the ID, you won't be served. And we also have regular meetings on the subject and take ramp classes every 2 years. And we offer cab rides home, a ride home, a way to get your car home as well, if we didn't notice you got intoxicated and now it's too late. So, those are some of the measures that we do to enforce the laws. But we feel we do an excellent job of enforcing laws, and we have an ID scanner.
So that's what I wanted.
Scan the IDs.
I wanted to ask you: is it easy to spot a fake ID?
You know what? It is very easy and obvious to see a fake ID. There are several ways to check for fakes, plus we have the ID scanner like I mentioned. My staff is well trained in this area, make no exceptions. If there's any question of the ID's validity, they won't get served, and the only real action we can take, which is to ask them to leave and not to return. Then we can follow up with a written report of the incident. I personally feel it is a definite fake. It should be taken and returned to the state. They will use it again somewhere else, put somebody else's business in jeopardy, maybe somebody's life in jeopardy. But right now, I'm not allowed to take that ID from them, so they can go right across the street. But it's easy there's many things to look for on an ID, and that's why we take the ramp classes.
Sure.
And we also have the out-of-state books, and they've done a great job, actually, with updating the IDs to be tamper-proof.
How many employees do you have here?
At any given time, we average 20 to 26 employees. I think that the state and government should understand that keeping restaurants open is essential to the economy. We employ a huge amount of the workforce that is keeping people working and generating taxes. There's no doubt about it. Out of all the small businesses, restaurateurs and entertainment is the biggest. And I think that we could use some help to small businesses instead of always the big guys getting bailed out.
Do you have a favorite thing on the menu here?
Personally, my favorite thing is chicken Giovanni. It's two fresh floured breasts, 5-ounce breasts, and they saute them, and it gets marsala wine, and then it's topped off with prosciutto ham and mozzarella cheese baked in the oven a little. It's a very good meal. So it's definitely my favorite, but we have a very diverse menu, and we're known for our wings. People tell me we have the best wings in town. I believe them. We make fresh 8-ounce burgers and huge salads, and many of our dinners are extremely popular. Almost all of our product is fresh. We don't use frozen product, and our recipes are all homemade. And if you can't find something to eat on our menu, I'd love to meet you, because it's just that diverse. We have a motto: give them what they want. It's a sign hanging up in the kitchen. And that's our philosophy. We ask them what they want, and we provide it, at a reasonable price. And we also will do any special, requests. If we have the product in the house and you have a special dietary needs or you want something special, we'll do it.
That's great. How long have you been here, Joe?
I actually started as GM back in '99, and with an agreement of sale with the old owner when he could get done with what he had to get done with. He couldn't sell it for 3 years. So after that, I bought it in 2002. So in answer to your question, I've been here 13 years as management, and so has management. My general manager's been here the whole time with me. And this is my 30th year in business. I started as a dishwasher at the Shanty on 19th Street, which is closed now.
Yeah.
I worked every position. I owe a lot to Don Saylor, the old owner of the Shanty. I studied him for 6 years, and I wouldn't own this place if it wasn't for the Pickerings. So I am extremely grateful to them as well. It's important. I didn't have any schooling, and to work your way up from 15 through the business, do every position. If you get to be lucky enough to be the owner, you can understand where everybody else is coming from because you've done it.
Sure.
So it's important.
How did you pick this location?
Well, I was the GM up at Jelly Beans when it first opened.
Okay.
For 2 years. I opened that up with the owner, Robbie Stevens. And I thought because of that, and I love the Southsiders, I really do. I think they're great people. We're very supportive of the neighborhood, and I believe they see that and support us right back. We give to the schools, churches, sports programs, many other charities. We are also involved in the Neighborhood Crime Watch. We like this location. A lot of people would have said this is a bad location to come. I like it. I'm friendly with everybody over here, and everybody over here is real nice.
Yeah. As business that deals with food, how does the Pennsylvania Department of Health affect your business?
They just raised all their fees and their fines. And they usually have 5 to 6 inspectors. I've been told they're down to 3. They hired a new guy. He's gung-ho. And that's good. I have a very good relationship with the Board of Health. Very good relationship. We've had them come in, give staff training that they offer, provide training on Serve Safe. And we send all of our cooks and kitchen people to Serve Safe so that they don't make any mistakes and nobody gets sick or they serve anything unhealthy. It's extremely important to maintain safety with food. The only problem is that in every county, city, township has their own department, and the rules differ majorly. The state should come up with a uniform program that applies to all. My rules for in the city of Allentown are extremely different from the rules in that the PA Agricultural Society takes care of, which would be out in like Vogelsville.
Sure.
They're nearly not as strict. Now, I don't have a problem with the rules being strict. I run a clean operation. I want it to be up to snuff. So I have no problem with the Board of Health. I just think that it would be nice to have a state uniform program. But I don't know what it entails to do that, and I don't know what the reasoning is not to do that. So maybe that's not something they can do. I don't know.
With regard to a license to serve liquor, was that hard for you to get?
No, actually, I personally didn't experience any issues at all. It went very smoothly for me. I have heard horror stories from other owners that have waited a year, while they're paying the mortgage, and they can't open because they're waiting on a technicality on a liquor license. But for me, I can't say a bad thing about it. It went as smooth as it possibly could.
How many customers would you say come here each year?
About 70, 80,000.
Okay.
For 13 years, it stayed pretty consistent, and I know we've served well over 1 million people.
That's great.
Yeah, it is. It's quite an accomplishment, and I'm proud of it.
That's great. It's nice to see the shuffleboard table that you just put in here over by the bar. That's a nice touch you brought in.
It's fun, and not many bars have them anymore. You have to go to a fire club, so it's nice to have some form of free entertainment.
Absolutely.
There's not much that's free in life that's fun anymore, and that's one of them.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, Joe. I thank you for being on the show today and giving us your perspective on the business climate here in Pennsylvania. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching my legislative report. If you would like to see more about this report, please visit my website, www.repsimmons.com. Thank you.